Spider-Man Miles Morales is a game about saving people as Spider-Man. That's about it. It definitely doesn't feel like you have, maybe some swagger that's a little over-exaggerated of a certain black teen, but, doesn't feel like that. It just feels like you're Spider-Man. Okay, maybe do the exaggerated swagger of black teen, but, it's fine. For real though, Spider-Man Miles Morales is almost exactly like the original 2018 game, but with some slight tweaks. For starters, Miles has this weird bioelectricity that lets you, straight up kill people, and he can turn invisible to take out people without being noticed. Of course, he also has a cat and an annoying friend Genki who won't stop notifying you of things happening. Now, if you enjoyed the first game, you're definitely going to enjoy this one, for sure. It's a little short. I didn't mind the length personally, but I would definitely wait until this game is $30 or less. I usually try to do the dollar per hour method, which is to determine the value. Usually if it's $1 per hour, so if you pay for a $60 game, you're going to try to expect 60 hours or more content. And paying $50 for a 10-hour game doesn't really equate to a good value. Now, of course, you don't have to follow this method, but it's usually pretty accurate at determining value for video games. I would wait personally until it goes down in price, and it definitely will if you wait a few months. If you don't want to wait a few months though, always go right ahead. You just disregard what I just said. But if you can wait, if you can stand to wait a few months, that's fine. It definitely will drop in price, and it'll be worth it if you feel like it will. Alright, now for the story. Of course, you play as Miles Morales, and compared to Peter Parker, his personality is just great to watch and develop. The characters that surround him and the backstory behind his relationship with his father is great to experience. It's like Peter Parker and Aunt May. The relationships in this game are just 10 out of 10. The plot though is around an 8 out of 10, just because there's some minor plot holes, and adding more length might have been a little nicer. Of course, I said I didn't mind the length, but maybe adding a little more would have been nice. Besides the story though, playing the PS5 version was pretty fun. I had the PS5 version because I didn't really have a PS4 that much to use the last console generation. I caught on pretty late, so I just went and got ahead and got a PS5. I was pretty lucky to get one on launch. But this version is pretty fun. Choosing between the 4K 30 FPS fidelity mode and the 4K 60 FPS performance mode was difficult at first, but I found myself immediately going with the performance mode straight after, because come on, 60 FPS Spider-Man, this should be the intended way to play the game. So I didn't really go back to 4K 30 after playing a 4K 60. Some people might, but especially when I was playing on a 1440p monitor, and even though PS5 doesn't even support 1440p, so I was playing at 1080p, and 60 FPS was definitely worth it there. Zooming through all of Harlem and New York City is great as well. Just like the first game, the map is pretty much the same. There's a few minor differences, but overall it's about the same. So yeah, what else is there really to talk about? I guess the customization still the same as the last game. You have different suits to choose from. One of them I love is a spoiler though. I don't want to talk about it, but I really do love it. But they're all pretty good outfits in general. You also got your skill tree, of course, and the collectibles you find around the city, just like the 2018 game. It's still fun to find all this stuff and to progress your skills. And finally, you'd also have some great side quests to do. There's this one mission actually I really love where you help a deaf girl named Haley, and it's probably the cutest thing ever. Like seriously, it made me wish I had a girl. Damn, for real though, it was fun to see. Overall though, this game will get you even more hyped for a Spider-Man 2 game. It's kind of like an in-between. I'm really excited for a second Spider-Man game. Definitely if it comes out in like 2 or 3 years, I'd be really happy. So I give this game overall an 8 out of 10 for sure. But of course, never mind. This game actually has Spider-Cat. 10 out of 10. Perfect game. Peace.